What does he want this time?
Wouldn't talk to me, sir. Just said it was important.
Well, next time, just tell him I've been transferred, will you?
He's in here.
2 minutes. Then you come in and say I'm needed urgently, right? Mr. Tate. And what can I do for you today?
Well, it's Kim. I think we've got her.
Funnily enough, I have other cases to be working on. Real criminals that have to be apprehended. Put it in writing.
I know who they sold the horse to.
Tell the desk I'll take a look when I get a minute.
I think you should look now.
Do you know it's an offence to waste police time, Mr. Tate? Now, if you'll excuse me...
Listen, I'm doing your job for you. Another arrest towards your promotion.
This lead wouldn't be a Helen Dixon by any chance? She wasn't involved. Marchant just plucked her name out of the air.
She bought the horse they stole. You have to find her.
I do know how to do my job, Mr. Tate.
Really?
You're trying to incriminate an innocent woman, and you'll have to do a damn sight better than that.
Sorry to get you up. I thought it was on the latch.
It's all right.
Scott's on his way.
Tell him I'm out.
I've already told him that.
I don't want to see him.
Is he making a nuisance of himself?
Trish, can you get it for me, Alan?
I'm afraid she's out.
I've just seen her.
She's indisposed.
Can you just get it for me? Please.
She doesn't want to see you. Now, will you please go away?
Thanks.
If he's worrying you, I'll have a word with his parents.
I can handle it.
He's getting quite a reputation. And when I was his age, I hadn't even spoken to a girl, let alone... Well, I think you're very wise to keep your distance.
I know. Thanks, Grandad.
Oh, no. Right. Look, Oh.
Have I come to the right place? Only there's no one round the front and I couldn't find a bell. I'm Bernice. The agency sent me. The new barmaid?
You have an obsession bordering on the unhealthy.
I just want to see that justice is done.
This job's all about evidence, Mr. Tate, and so far there isn't a scrap of it to link her with any crime.
Sorry, sir. You wanted urgently.
The Hotton criminal never sleeps, Mr. Tate.
Here's your evidence.
I really don't have time.
Kim's phone bill. Look. September 15th, the night of the theft. At 9:50 p.m., Kim used her mobile to call Steve. At exactly the time the theft was taking place.
That's not evidence.
It proves she was involved. She rang him on his mobile in the middle of the theft.
We've already questioned Mrs. Marchant.
Yes, and she swore she thought that Steve was upstairs all that night. If she was telling the truth, why did she need to call him?
I wasn't expecting you till this evening.
Well, I finished my job in Leeds last night. Thought I'd make an early start. Come and have a look round.
Have you ever worked in a country pub before?
This is my first. Actually, I'm quite looking forward to being away from all that hurly-burly.
Well, we have our fair share of that round here, you know.
Oh, fine, whatever. I just like working. Oh, sorry. It's my early start. I'll have a nap before tonight's shift.
You do realise this is a temporary position?
Oh, yeah, that's how I like it.
Well, the wool pack's being refurbished, so we're using the village hall for now. Oh, it's open. You stay here. Hello? Anybody there?
Over here.
Oh, really? This is not a night shelter for the homeless. No. Terry.
Morning.
You've been there all night. I thought you were at the Windsors.
Yeah, I was. I'm not now.
Bernice Blackstock. How'd you do?
You working for him?
Just for a couple of weeks. Apparently he's been having trouble getting the staff.
Yeah, well, you'll soon find out why.
Oh, no, I get along with everybody. This last place I was in, the manageress was a right slave driver.
Look, love, they look interested.
Surely you haven't been reduced to sleeping in the village hall. I mean, it's winter. You'll freeze.
You know, for a minute there, Al, I almost believed that you cared.
Terry?
Who's Terry, then?
Oh, he used to be my bar manager.
Oh, hope all your staff don't end up like him.
Yes, quite. Well, as we're here, I'll show you the ropes, shall I?
How do you get on with Helen Dixon?
Nothing yet. She certainly hasn't got a record.
Keep trying. What about the phone call?
Guess a chance.
Ah, very man.
I don't understand why I'm here again. Miss Tate and I have already told you everything we know.
Well, you're going to tell us again, and we're going to see if the stories still match up. Bring Zoe Tate in, will you?
Yes, sir.
Haven't you wasted enough of our time with this?
I thought your lot only worked at Sundays.
Very good.
Now, Vicar, we've got a new lead. Now, with your help, we might be able to tie the whole thing up. This way.
Oh, not bad at all.
Well, I've had enough practice.
It's not ideal here, but the wool pack will be ready soon, which should be a blessing.
Oh, one bar's much the same as another, really, if you ask me. This do me fine.
So, 2 weeks at agency rates, if you'd like to take the job.
Yes, please. I don't have to sleep in here, though, do I?
No.
Am I staying above the pub, then?
Well, that hasn't worked out too well in the past, so I booked you a room. It's very pleasant. It's just round the corner.
Fine.
It's a single room, and Mrs. Eggleton is very strict.
I'm not married, Mr. Turner, if that's what you mean.
I wasn't prying.
And I don't have a boyfriend at present, so I won't be expecting any nocturnal guests. No creaky stairs in the middle of the night, if that puts your mind at rest.
It's none of my business.
Oh, I'm a great believer in putting all my cards on the table from the off. That way there aren't going to be any little misunderstandings on the way.
Yes. Yes, quite.
So when Marchant finally came down the stairs, he said what?
Something about doing the full 8 miles. I was organising a fun run for charity.
He spoke first. You didn't say anything as he came down.
No. The first thing he said was unprompted. Put me down for the full 8. I need the exercise.
How did he know that's what you'd come to talk about?
Because Kim had called up to him when I arrived.
Right. So there you are, just passing. You decide to pop in, out of the blue, and check if Mr. Marchant's doing your fun run.
Is that against the law?
How did Mrs. Marchant seem when she opened the door?
I don't remember.
Agitated? Nervous? Pleased to see you?
Is this relevant?
I think Zoe Tate was invited round to provide the Marchants with an alibi. Now, when you turned up, she must have thought the whole thing had gone pear-shaped. Try and remember what she said.
She did seem slightly put out that I'd called round and not telephoned.
Yeah, I bet she did.
But then again, she was having a dinner party.
Yeah. So Marchant comes down the stairs, and without a word from you, he starts talking about the fun run.
Yes.
Does that strike you as odd?
I told you. Kim had called up the stairs to him to tell him why I'd come.
No, aren't you forgetting something, Reverend?
What?
Marchant's already confessed to the theft. So when Mrs. Marchant shouted up the stairs, he was a mile away, emptying the stables at Home Farm, all of which brings me back to my point. Unless he's psychic, how on earth did he know what you'd come for?
Oh, Terry! We're just wondering where you got to.
Trisha, finally got lucky, didn't you?
You said some stupid things, Vic, but that really takes a biscuit.
Oh, bit moody, ain't we?
Is Scott in?
He's out somewhere.
Good. I'm collecting my stuff and clearing out.
What, because of what I said?
Well, where are you going? Have we done something to upset you?
No, it's nothing you've done. I just can't spend another night under this roof.
Is he still here?
Said he's waiting to see if you're going to charge Mrs. Marchant. How's it going with the vicar?
No, he's sticking to his story.
Maybe we'll find this Helen Dixon.
She won't be worth anything unless we can break Kim Marchant's alibi.
You do know I have a business to run, don't you?
Yeah, shouldn't take too long, Miss Tate.
This is a complete waste of my time. I've got nothing more to tell you.
Be with you in a minute. Stick her down the corridor. Let us sweat it out for a bit.
So it's you I have to thank for this, is it? Why can't you just leave her alone?
Just doing my duty as an honest citizen.
Oh, please.
Miss Tate?
Anything on the phone, Bill?
Yeah, it's confirmed. She rang his mobile 9:50 p.m. The conversation lasted 20 seconds.
Really?
She definitely rang him.
Yeah, but we've got to prove it in court. And the vicar and the vet both say they were with her all the time. So unless they change their story, we've just been wasting our time.
Oh, well, he did look awful. As if he'd been sleeping out rough or something.
Well, I don't know where he's going to stay, because I've got the new barmaid booked in with me. Well, Alan says he wants to create the right impression.
Yes, love. You got any stockings?
Just over there. And all those nights he spent on our sofa. And he didn't even bother to say goodbye. $1.99.
Oh, and I'm looking for Mrs. Eggleton's.
Oh, yeah?
I'm the new barmaid. Temporary.
All right.
Alan said not to expect much, but then I like cheap and cheerful.
Is that a fact?
She sounds a bit of a dragon, actually. But I've yet to meet someone I can't get along with.
Really? Well, love, there's always a first time for everything. Good day to you.
What's the matter with her? Oh, she's not. Oh, no.
So while you were at the Marchants, Mrs. Marchant never left your side?
I've told you, no.
Did she clear the plates to the kitchen? Make coffee? Anything?
The kitchen's 6 feet away. She never left my sight.
What?
It's nothing. It was just for a few seconds.
What?
I think I remember her shouting she was going to take the rubbish out.
She took the rubbish outside?
She was gone for less than a minute.
What time would this have been?
Shortly after I arrived, about 9:45.
Could it have been 9:50?
Yes, it would be about that time.
Thank you, Reverend. Thank you very much indeed.
Terry, what's all this? Where are you going?
Look, just do us a favour, eh? Leave us alone.
Look, I'm really sorry for the way things have turned out.
What? Sorry that you did it? Or sorry that I found out?
I never meant to hurt you.
You made a right idiot out of me.
I think you're an idiot, Terry.
Look, don't talk to me like I'm a kid. It's bad enough you're sleeping with one.
Scott had no right to say the things he did.
Oh, well, it's true, though, isn't it? I'm just some stupid old bloke who's sad enough to think that you might be interested in him.
No, I like you. Honest, I do.
Look, I was kipping on sofa when you and him were upstairs in bed. You must have had a right laugh.
Can't help the way I feel for him, Terry.
All right. But you could have told me. You could have told me ages ago. Saved me going through all this.
I didn't know how to say it.
You've been stringing me along. Talking about going to Dundee with me.
I never said I would go with you.
You could have knocked it on the head. You could have said thanks, but no thanks.
I'm not really good at saying no.
Yeah, well, it'd have saved me a lot of bother if you had.
Look, can't we just be friends?
If I had £1 for every time I've heard that.
This man hustling you?
Just give us a minute, Scott.
Leave you alone with him. You'll be safe.
Hey, I've never hit a kid before. But in your case...
Scott, just leave us. You're not going far, are you?
Not yet. Just at B&B.
We can chat later.
Got no more to say to you. Except good luck.
Where did the old bloke want this time?
Oh, just leave it, will you, Scott? Just leave it.
Were you a regular house guest at the Marchants, Miss Tate?
Not that regular, no.
You'd be invited, say, what, once a week? Once a month?
Less than that.
In fact, you'd never been invited to dinner either before that night or since, had you?
Well, we lead busy lives.
Doesn't it upset you to be used like that?
I don't know what you mean.
Mr. and Mrs. Marchant, they just picked a soft touch and invited them round to provide an alibi.
That's not true.
As soon as you got there, he went upstairs, jumped out the window, went off to Home Farm and stole the halls.
Well, Kim's not involved.
Oh, she was.
I was with her.
Oh, she made him do the actual graft.
You really mustn't believe everything my brother tells you, Inspector. When it comes to Kim, he's practically deranged.
She claims she knew nothing of the theft or her husband's involvement.
I believe her.
Then why did she ring him right in the middle of it?
She didn't. I was there.
Isn't it possible that around 9:50 p.m. she picked up a bag of rubbish and said she was going to take it outside?
I don't remember.
Why are you protecting her? By all accounts, you don't owe her anything.
Because I believe she's innocent.
I think she set the whole thing up.
You're wrong. Can I go now?
Excuse me.
Where's she off to in such hurry then?
That's Bernice, Betty, your new lodger.
We've met. I've got a bone to pick with you.
What have I done now?
So, I'm a bit of a dragon, am I? My place is cheap and cheerful, is it?
What are you talking about?
Well, that's what Madam was telling me and Viv in the post office before she knew who I was.
I do assure you, Betty, I didn't say anything of the sort to her.
Well, you'd better not have.
So, where's she going to go now?
Where the heck have you dug her up from, anyway?
Well, she came very highly recommended by the agency. Her work's been impeccable so
Yeah,
far.
well, it's a pity her manners aren't the same. And if she's all that good, why is she just a temp then?
Betty, can't we just give her the benefit of the doubt? I'm not exactly spoilt for choice.
I'm sorry about earlier, Mrs. Eggleton. I didn't realise...
Here's your key. And don't lose it, because you won't get another.
She's gone.
Gone where?
Well, how should I know? Somebody must have tipped her off. Presumably that's what you were planning to do.
And why are you here?
Well, she's going to be arrested. I just wanted to save her the moment.
Has she taken James with her?
Well, it depends if she remembered him in her panic.
You're despicable.
Oh, don't worry about Kim, Zoe. She won't get far.
Now then, this'll show us what she's made of.
There you go.
Nah, that's what I call a pint. And she's my lodger, Mr. Turner.
First one's on me.
Yeah, I think we're going to get on.
Don't think you're going to get that knocked off your rent.
No, I'd like to get you one and all.
Oh. Go on then, I'll have a sweet sherry with you.
Well, she's passed her sternness test.
So far.
Will she be staying long, Betty, love?
There you go, Betty.
Cheers.
Terry.
I've come to apologise for earlier.
You've got nothing to apologise for. Listen, I'm a bit late for work.
Look, it's my fault. I've been seeing things the way that I wanted to see them. I've known all along that we wouldn't work. It's just that I didn't want to believe it.
Terry.
I think we could be friends. We could give it a go, at any road.
Oh, I'm glad.
And it's 'cause I care about you Then I'm warning you about Scott. I mean, you've seen the way that he treats women. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. I'm too nice.
Don't be silly.
Well, you just look out for yourself, eh? And if it does end in tears, well, I'll be there for you. As a pal. That's it.
Oh, Terry. I'm late.
Yeah, go on. Get off.
Do you know, I always wanted to be a vet, working with all them animals. All I'm fit for is this. You must be very clever.
Well, did you know it's actually harder to qualify as a vet than it is as a doctor?
No. Still, all them long hours. Your wife must get a bit fed up not seeing you.
And I'm not married.
Girlfriend?
Well, I did have, but she ran off and married a cousin for the money.
Was he rich then?
Poorest bloke you could ever wish to meet.
Mm.
So I'm probably never going to have anything to do with a woman, ever again.
I understand. Anyway, same again then, is it, Paddy?
You're late. Where have you been?
Oh, go away, Scott. I'm not in the mood for you right now.
Oh, really? Well, tough. It's a public bar.
What you said to Terry was unforgivable.
I only said it because it was obvious that you were never going to.
You didn't have to hurt him like that.
He's a big boy. He can look after himself.
And you're still proving to me that you're a little kid.
Yeah, but you'll still be around to my place after work.
Don't wait up.
Don't give me that.
I mean it, Scott. Get out. If you don't, I'm going to tell Grandad exactly what you've been getting up to.
Kim.
Oh, he's just about given up on you. He's asleep.
Oh, where have you been?
I've been into town, museums. Oh, new boots. We thought we'd call on you for our tea.
Kim, the police have been questioning me all afternoon.
Why?
They're convinced you're involved in the theft. I know you weren't. I'm prepared to swear it in court. Everything's going to be all right.
Mrs. Marchant, we've been looking for you.
This is harassment. I've already answered your questions.
Your husband has made a statement incriminating you, and your alibi's collapsed. Is there someone who can look after your child, Mrs. Marchant?
Why?
I'm arresting you in connection with the theft from Home Farm stables.
What?
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defense if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Shall we go?